Hello everyone, Nathan Max Osorio here. Today we're talking about being without language. In chapter 1 of my book, I discuss two people who lived without formal language for a time. One is Helen Keller, famous social justice activist who was blind and deaf from a young age. The second is a deaf man named Ildefonso, who did not learn any structured language until he was 27 years old. If you haven't yet, I invite you to buy my book when it's available to explore this in depth. The point of this video is this. When we have language, we have no sense of what it's like to be without language. Before age 27, Ildefonso would communicate with other people with crude signs and gestures, acting out what he wanted. I want you to really let these next statements in. That was the maximum capacity he had with language. He didn't know the name of anything. He didn't know what a name was. He didn't know everything had a name. It's virtually impossible for us to experience this. How can I say this with certainty? Once Ildefonso learned American Sign Language, he couldn't revert back to communicating in crude gestures and signs. He wanted to show his first teacher how he used to communicate with his brother Mario, who was also deaf and never acquired sign language. He tried to use only gestures and signs like he used to, and he failed. He signed to his teacher that he couldn't do it anymore. He knew too much sign language. A person who lived without language for 27 years and communicated in gestures and signs for that entire time couldn't go back to doing that after just a few years of learning ASL. That is the power of language. That is how fundamental it is to our species. That is why my work is focused on the phenomenon of language. By engaging with the phenomenon of language, we can break it down, experience it in a new way, and master it. Through practice, we can master language and have a wholly new experience of life. Follow and subscribe to continue our conversation. Talk soon.